Hello, everybody, and welcome to day one qualifying for the American 700. Alongside of me today, we have Dale Cole Jr., or at least for now, Dale Cole Jr., Aiden Shepard, and Vince Freeze. They will be joining us through this qualifying session. We might have some other drivers coming on board throughout the day as well. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Well, I'm Aiden Shepard. I recently just won the Indianapolis 500, and things are pretty epic. I left ARCSOA last season. Pay wasn't well. Decided to transfer into different forms of racing, and I found success. And I'm interested to take part in one of the greatest motorsport events of all time.
Vince Freeze, former 700 pole sitter, reigning champion of ARCSOA.
Yeah, reigning champion. That's kind of important there.
Yeah, reigning champion. And looking forward to this session. We've got a lot of interesting times, and DNC is ready, and a lot of teams are ready. Well, let's see how this goes.
And Dale. Do you want to say anything?
I'm Dale, number 88. This is actually this race. Hopefully I can make it.
A little bit of mic interference there on Dale Cole Jr., but we'll see how that turns out as this race goes on. Zachary Fitzwater has 5 minutes to set a qualifying time here. This is how qualifying works. Each car in this running order, they've already drawn when they're going to run in qualifying and everything, will get one lap today. They have to go out and do a lap. If they don't in the 5 minutes, then they don't get a time. So Fitzwater gets to go out there, set a lap. If you get within, if you are comfortable with your time, you can lock your time down today. However, if you don't like where you are, if you feel like you're not going to make the 40-car field, let's say if you're 41st down to 59th, you're going to go probably in a bump day tomorrow so that you can try and bump your way in. If you're within positions 30 through 40, you might want to go to bump day tomorrow too. And here comes Fitzwater out for his out lap here. He's going to set his a hot lap here. If you don't like what you did for pole, if you think you can go for the pole, and you got a bad weather draw, you can also take down your time and go to bump day. However, once you go to bump day, your time is deleted off the board. So therefore, you're in danger of going home then. So, before Fitzwater starts his hot lap, Vince, what do you think the cutoff's going to be for on the running order after today for drivers that are going to go to bump day? What position is it going to be about? Where would you feel comfortable holding your time for tomorrow?
I say 1 to 15. I think that's safe, but I really think that's all you can do, right? We don't know what the weather condition. Fitzwater ran a 192.678 as a benchmark for practice. So I want to see what he runs here. If he can back up with, say, that lap or maybe go a couple miles per hour faster, I'd be comfortable. But like I said, the weather conditions, and you're always the one out. But I say top 15, I would be comfortable if that's your main goal.
Aiden, do you have any ideas? How comfortable would you be? You're going out last, so...
Well, I also want to talk about the track surface now because it's from the past American 700s and events here, there have been the pavement's grinding down and it's been wearing down on tires, and it's going to be interesting to see how the weather actually acts into that, because in some situations your tires will be absolutely destroyed from just a couple laps around here. And so it'll be interesting to see.
So Zachary Fitzwater did a 189.804. That'll be he's obviously on provisional pole because he's the first car out. But we're not exactly sure how that's going to go. It's a little warmer today. It's clear, and there's a wind right now, but the wind's been kind of all over the place. So it's 86 degrees. They were testing in 69-degree weather yesterday. So we will be now going on to the next car on the order. Here comes Sean Perkins out of the pits, everybody. And Perkins didn't do very well, right, Dale, in practice yesterday, correct? I think we're having more interference with Dale.
Yeah, finished towards the...
Oh, you got it? Dale? All right, Vince! How, Perkins didn't do well in practice, did he?
No, we saw, especially with the cooler temperatures, I don't know. He just didn't have the setup, and he needs to make something happen here. Otherwise, this could be a bump day. But he ran a 193.2 in practice. Right now, that would be considered pole because Fitzwater ran a 189. But we'll see. See what he's got here as we come to the line.
Yeah, we'll see because of the weather conditions. What do you think the warmer temperatures are going to do to this track, Dale? You've been pretty good on the ovals this year. What are the warmer temperatures going to do compared to what was cooler yesterday in practice?
Well, honestly, I think the cooler temperatures actually help us. We go much faster, so I think anyone who has a cooler temperature going out there is going to do much better than those with the warmer temperatures.
And Perkins seems like he's not doing very well through the center of the corner there, down to 176 here. He's going to come off turn 4 for the end of his lap here. We'll see how he compares with Fitzwater here. Both cars didn't do very well in their practice sessions. 186.0. That is not what anybody thought he'd be doing there. But Sean Perkins, 186.080. That's kind of a rough time, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I was assuming he would be sandbagging here in the practice session to, with a veteran of mine like his, you went offering this much throughout the weekend, and it wasn't sandbagging. He is generally just having a terrible time on this racetrack.
And with that, we will go on to who is the next car going out, Vince?
Mitch Hobbs.
Mitch Hobbs is next. We'll see him. We'll see when he's ready to go out. All right, and we were just talking about Sean Perkins there as we're waiting for Mitch Hobbs to get ready to go here. We're going to take a little bit of time here waiting for Hobbs. But what we know, the Skylark team is an upstart operation, and we know that they might not have the best equipment coming on board, but I don't think a 186 is going to be that good of a time for him there,
Yeah, that is a 3-mile-per-hour difference just from Fitzwater. And Fitzwater is not the strongest car out there either, by far, as he's shown throughout the season. So I'm just thunderstruck about that time. About these times last year we've expected, 15 miles per hour faster. Or it was 50. Now with the new cars and regulations, we're a lot slower, and especially with the track wearing down. It's almost asking for a repave. This is really going to be an interesting qualifying session for everybody.
Talk about a driver who has not had a lot of luck this year. Mitch Hobbs here in the Toyota Supra. The Supra, Erik Monaco did score a win with this car, and Hobbs has arguably been competitive in every race so far this year, but he has never had a lot of luck here. Does anyone have any predictions for about speeds that Hobbs might go here?
Well, Hobbs is...
Yeah, go for it.
No, you go for it. I've been talking the past 4 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Mitch Hobbs. Kenny, you saw us in practice yesterday, right? We saw him had the run car, and he ran around 196. I don't know, with the conditions where they're at and the way things have been going, I say he goes like 3 or 4 miles per hour slower, but I think he has enough for a pole run here. I'll go 191.
You're going to 191? Dale, got any predictions for this?
Well, I don't have it, but I'm looking at
190? Yeah, you were cutting out there again, Dale. Aiden, you got a prediction on Mitch Hobbs?
I don't know. He is the most powerful car we've seen today already. I know it's only been these 3 now, but it seems like they're definitely setting up this car for different. Yes, it goes out right now. They've spent a lot of time with the setup just right now, so it'll be interesting to see if that setup suffers with them or not. And we've seen a decrease in wind speed recently with Hobbs coming out.
Yeah, it's not
so
as
it'll
windy
be interesting.
it's not as windy. We had a little slight breeze earlier, but it has dropped a little bit here.
Okay, one more thing to add. We saw 204 miles per hour or 205. It could be the range into turn 1. That could be the lap we're looking for. Let's look at that entry speed, and we'll see where he does. But as he gets up to speed.
Yeah, here he comes off of turn 4 to start his hot lap, and I'm sure Hobbs is, I think, should be a pretty safe bet to get into the race. He is going 205 down into turn 1. And he, comparing his lap to Perkins, I mean, that's looking a lot better than Perkins was.
Yeah, he's looking a little faster as we go down the back. He's going to get a little undulation here from the bumps. Rides that, and then he's going to go a little bit. Well, you know, we're seeing these cars run upper groove in qualifying. You expect them more in towards the lower line, but.
And remember, Sean Perkins went down to 176 in the center of the corner, and Mitch Hobbs did that at 182. He's probably going to go to provisional pole here. Yeah, 192.642. That's a very, very good time for Mitch Hobbs there, I think. However, we don't know. Is it going to be a good time going forward?
I mean, it depends on the weather.
Yeah, it depends on what happens with the weather, but let's go to the next car in line. I believe that is Lien Capanna. And here comes Lien Capanna out of the pits in the DNC, the first of 6 DNCs that they have brought. DNC and Silverspeed, of course, Aiden's driving for Silverspeed and Vince is driving for DNC. They're bringing an army, aren't they?
Yeah, looks like it's going to be a battle, right? This could be the battle royale for the pole. But interesting enough, Capanna was in that first session, only ran 190 miles per hour. I wonder if this man picks up the pace, and I'll drop him.
He's taking a very different line there.
I find these times interesting because we've seen a 10-mile-per-hour difference between the both DNCs of Capanna and Pericles. Oh wait, no, wait a second. Pericles is Silverspeed.
Well, keep in mind
205 and a 1. 205 and a 1.
Ooh, that was a slower run through that corner there. This car doesn't look very quick, honestly.
It could also be drive. I've seen a lot of driver skill more faster times.
He's got some speed on the straightaways, but he loses a lot of it in the corners here.
Could be a horrendous setup.
I don't think he got into turn 1 and 2 really well there, but here he comes off the corner, and we'll see what his time is here. That will be a 190.139. Where is that going to put him on the board?
P2.
That's going to put him P2 on the board. So he's faster than Fitzwater, but not as quick as Mitch Hobbs. So, Lien Capanna, I'm thinking 190 is probably going to be around the area that you're going to have to start worrying, I think, a little bit then. But we shall see. Here comes out Nick Pericles, and a lot of people are thinking he is the favorite to get the pole today. Obviously, we're not determining who the pole is till tomorrow, but what do you think of Pericles? Shepard, he's your teammate in this race.
Well, considering how well he does in this session will probably determine my confidence for how well I'm going to qualify in this race. I mean, he had an amazing practice time, only person to go over 200 miles per hour, and as it's shown, I believe driver skill is more important than the cars given to the driver. So it will be interesting to see what happens.
Let's see what his entry speed is into turn 1 here. 205. So he's on course with what Hobbs was doing on the pole. Got a little bit better corner speed, if you ask me.
183 in the middle of the corner. He's coming back. He's coming back to the back. Do his undulation here.
Yeah. How bad are those bumps, actually?
They could. I mean, they can only get worse.
And let's see what Pericles is going to do here. Is he going to be faster than Hobbs? 192.869. Is that faster than Hobbs?
Yes, it is, barely.
Congrats on getting to provisional pole, Nick Pericles. But keep in mind, there have only been a handful of cars that have gone, so that might that's probably going to change as the day goes on. Here comes Bobby Jones out of the pits now, and this car, what did they do in practice? Does somebody want to go look that up, what Jones did in practice?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. His teammate ran, there's Bradley, 195.684. That would put him pretty high up for the first session, but he has the conditions, right? Because the first session was a little bit more warmer. So I don't know. We'll see what happens compared to the second session.
So Bobby Jones here. These cars are known to be very grippy, but not a lot of power out of this group, the Subarus. You drove a Subaru, I think, for a while, right, Aiden, in this series?
I remember driving for Calgary's team in my rookie seasons, and I don't remember. I don't believe maybe DNC had a Subaru
No,
for a
DNC
little
never
bit.
did. They had Mercs normally.
Kenny, I got to look there. 201 in the straight, but he held that corner entrance and corner exit beautifully.
That's kind of what you expect, though, with this car. This car has a lot of grip in the corners here normally. I'm going to be interested to see where he slots in on the board here, Bobby Jones. And
So, will it be more grip is better or more top end
it is
speed?
191.032. So, where does that put him on the board?
I'll put him third.
It'll put him third on the board. So that would be behind Hobbs and Pericles. So, do you think that time's safe?
That's borderline. I think 191 might be the cutoff, honestly. I think the second half of the session is going to be better. I don't know. That's close.
All right, we'll see you for the next car. Coming out of the pits is Do It for Dale Jr., and he is going pretty quick because we're getting some wind here, actually. A good gust of wind picking up here, and this might actually help him down the straightaway. How much do you think wind really affects around here?
You know, it's an interesting concept, right? I think the wind down the back straightaway helps. The front, I think it'll help in the corners, right? You're going to be a little bit more unstable. The handling is going to be skewed, and especially over those bumps, how you can control that with the faster speeds compared to what you saw in practice over the back. But Aiden, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, again, weather's going to play a huge factor into this, and to see a 10-mile-per-hour wind change just so instantaneously, it's going to be
Now, right
very
now,
interesting to see. You see, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he is up to 206. He's the fastest car down the front stretch here.
Watch the corners, though.
I would not have expected it in that Toyota, too, out of any car.
Keep in mind, this car is the B Toyota team, really, but look how slow he is down the backstretch. Looks like he got that headwind there. And down into turn... I don't know how this is going to turn out for him.
Oh, he washed up a little bit.
He did wash up there. But he has got some speed going down the straightaway there. And he did a 191.296. So where does that put him on the board?
Now put him P3 provisionally.
P3 provisionally. I would have thought that he would have been a little quicker there. Honestly, with that headwind there. Or with that tailwind. But he got held up on the backstretch really badly. So, we'll see the next car. Tim Randolph is the next car out here. He's a one-off driver for the Toyota factory team, I believe. I don't believe that's an Action Terra. I believe that's TRD there. And so now the wind seems like it's changing in another direction now. It seems like it's coming out of the northwest. So it went from west, now it's going to northwest. So
it's way less severe.
But it's not as, it's definitely not as strong as it was, but...
now keep in mind, we saw Dale Cole had the fastest turn one entry speed, 206. Let's see what we get right here from Randolph as he wounds it up.
Yeah, Randolph's in one of those Supras like Mitch Hobbs, so it should have some pretty good entering speed.
Don't think it's going to touch...
No, it's not going to hit 206, but...
I'm wondering if that wind is doing anything.
Well, the wind is very kind of weird today, but down the straightaway, here we go. Again, those bumps, and that cannot be comfortable for you guys going down the backstretch here.
700 miles, baby.
Yeah.
For sure.
It'll become a normality after about 200 miles.
Coming off of turn 4 for Tim Randolph. It will be a 197.037.
191.
191, I'm sorry. 191.037.
Provisional P4. Just Bean Jones.
P4 for Tim Randolph. So that means Bobby Jones is down to 5th, right?
Yeah, that may not be safe.
Okay, so, and we're kind of surprised that Tim Randolph's that high up the order, I think. I think that one kind of surprised me that he's that high. So, that should be interesting to see going forward. Let's go to the next car. Here comes one of the big stars this week so far in Thunder Week, Austin Rogers. He was the fastest in rookie orientation under the lights by doing a 200. mile-an-hour lap here. And that car seems really quick. It's a DNC car, we know. He's your teammate, Vince. Have you talked to him much?
I've been giving him some pointers, and he seems to be taking that like a duck to water. And you know, one thing about Rogers I noticed compared to the other DNC cars, he does have that top end speed. So I want to see what he pulls out here. We have an aggressive setup for this qualifying run, according to the boss man. So let's see what we got.
Down the straightaway into turn number 1. He's not actually carrying that much speed. Only 200 entering the corner. And he's not actually doing very well. This might be a bump day person here. Because we know that car is faster, and he doesn't seem to be looking that quick. Aiden, you got anything about this lap so far?
I'm thunderstruck. I really thought he would be doing a lot better. There has to be something wrong with the setup. He must be having control issues with that car.
Well,
that setup change might have been way too aggressive.
You said that they were going for a setup change. 188.304 there for Austin Rogers. I think that puts him just around Fitzwater, doesn't it?
Behind Fitzwater, yeah.
So he's only above Perkins.
He's on bump day levels for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be a bump day caliber car there, I think. Right there. Here comes what has been one of the rookie stars so far this year, Sakamoto Masashi out of the pits. He's been one of the best rookies of the year so far, in a Minervini of all things.
Definitely been pushing above his weight, and one of the, not to be rude or anything to with the media to the team, but they're not successful. They'd have a win at Daytona, but that is their only, I believe,
that's their only
success.
Victory, yeah.
In ARCSOA history or racing history.
You can't, though, fault their spirit, though. They're a fun little team. They cheer. They're like the Cleveland Browns of this sport. They cheer when they get, like, a top 15. They go nuts. They party. They're a great group to hang out with. They're also, their team hospitality unit's one of the best. Not a good time, though, for Masashi right now. Down to 178 in turn 1. I think we're going to be approaching probably Rogers Fitzwater levels here. Actually, maybe a little lower than that.
Could be Perkins level.
Perkins didn't do very well, but we'll see how much.
He
is getting close to Perkins level there.
Masashi hasn't reached 200 miles per hour this entire...
Oh, he hasn't at 200?
Yeah, no.
Oh, dang. Well, that proves it right there. 187.
Actually, faster.
3, 4. Is he faster than
Perkins? Yeah.
Yes.
I know he's faster than Perkins, but is he faster than anybody else?
Nope.
Well, that's Sakamoto Masashi there. I don't think they'll be too happy with that time over at Minervini. And here comes Benoit Lathervine out of the pits for the Medina Moro Team Ohio team. Hasn't been a great start to the year for Medina Moro, considering all the infighting with that team between the two families. But performance-wise, I think Benoit Lathervine's really kind of struggled, I think, with that car. That's not right?
Really odd considering his runs at Red Bull last season.
Yeah, he was
not a terrible driver.
He was very strong at Red Bull, but again, another run where I don't think we're going to hit 200. He only hit 198 going down the straights.
He held it pretty good in the corner, though.
But he has been holding it in the corner. Yeah, you're right there. But didn't hit 200 going down the straightaway here, but we might get it here.
Coming back a little bit.
No, he only goes 199. So there's some top-line speed problems with this car here, because it's not getting the speed it needs to down the straights. Let's see what Benoit Lathervine's going to do here. He will get a 189.704. And then we will do right now a full, next we're going to do a full rundown right now of who's running where. So let us do that quick. All right, so on the board right now we have Nick Pericles is your pole sitter right now, with Mitch Hobbs in second. Do It for Dale Jr. in third, with Tim Randolph fourth, Bobby Jones in fifth, Capanna sixth, Zachary Fitzwater is sitting in seventh position, 8th is Benoit Lathere-Irvine. 9th is Austin Rogers. 10th is Sakamoto Masashi. And 11th is Sean Perkins there. So, which of these drivers coming up? We've got Daniel Bouchard, Mike Silverspoon, Samuel Pereira, Raymond Fisher, and Noah Hart coming up. Are any of those drivers going to be someone to watch, you think, coming forward, knowing how some of their team cars did?
Well, definitely Bouchard. Bouchard's even pushed above the weight of the silver speed. Same with Pericles, along with the reliability issues they've suffered. I don't know if they're going to do, or if we're going to do well during the race, but we're going to definitely be faster in this qualifying session.
And also,
And Noah Hart is Noah Hart. He
Noah
is
Hart
one of the
also has
legends
this-
of ARCSOA, of the ARCSOA Elite Series.
and Hart
And
also...
he is,
Oh, go. Go.
well, he's in the Action Terra, but I still believe he can push above his weight in that car and
And
go
keep in
probably
mind-
top 3.
Keep in mind, the Action Terra that's gone before him is in 3rd right now with Do It for Dale Jr., so that'll be something interesting to watch here, I think, going
I'll
forward.
throw one more name out there. I'm going to throw out Raymond Fisher. We just had his teammate Dale Cole Jr. in the booth. I wonder what they could be throwing under the hood. We'll see what happens.
They have been fast on the ovals, that team has been. We've seen front row starts by Raymond Fisher. Dale, yourself, you've done pretty well at, I think Arkansas you were doing pretty well at. This is the type of track that I think Project X and the Camaro can be very strong at. So this could be a very interesting race, I think, for them coming up here. What do you think, Dale?
Who did I have?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Dale Cole. I got Aiden Shepard and Dale Cole Jr. for a mixed up for a bit there. But, yeah, we will see how they do coming up here. So, let's go to the next car, which is Daniel Bouchard. Here comes out a car that we think is going to be a threat for the pole here. This is Daniel Bouchard here in the Silver Speed. Of course, his teammate's already the provisional pole sitter. And this is also your teammate, Aiden. So, you're pretty much looking forward to what they're going to do here.
Yeah, these cars have been fast all day currently, and I'm very happy to be going out in one of these cars. But DNC is going to be very hard to compete against. But it's seen that they've not been doing as well as what we would have expected from them. So I don't know. Let's see what happens.
And here goes Bouchard to start his hot lap here. Very quick so far. 2:04 entering turn number 1. That's a good time there. Down to 182. This is a quick lap, I think, here.
See what he does down the back here. He used that straightaway speed and through his undulations, and so he's already at 200 before the undulations. This could be like 204 entering. Yep, 204.
Yeah. This could be a quick time, everybody. 184, 183 down to 182. This is going to be a quick time, everybody. It's going to be a real quick time. Let's see. What will Daniel Bouchard do? Whoops. 192.823. Does that put him on the pole?
I believe so, actually.
No, they'll be putting right behind his teammate.
Oh, apparently he's
wow.
went a little quicker, but it's a Silver Speed 1-2 at the top of the board.
Entire mile per hour.
An entire mile an hour? Did Pericles
Yeah.
go 193?
No, they're the silver speeds are a mile per hour ahead of the rest
okay.
of the field.
That makes a little bit more sense then. Here comes Mike Silverspoon, the father of Austin and Ty Silverspoon. And here he comes out of the pits here. What do you think this car is going to do? We know the ARC America cars have been probably the worst cars on the grid so far this year. But they say that they're going to be strong on these super speedways. Do you think that'll be the case?
Well, I have absolutely no idea. Mike hasn't raced a race car in 12 years, so it'll be interesting to see how he's going to do around here for the first time in a race car. I don't even know if he set a practice lap.
Yeah, I don't expect anything major out here, but you never know. He could surprise. But
And
yeah,
he is
gets
coming
in the
on the
line.
front stretch doing 197 entering turn 1. That's the slowest we've seen so far today.
Faster than I expected.
Yeah, it's faster than I expected too, but all through
Should get down
practice,
the back.
Mike Silverspoon seemed very out of his depth here.
He's not doing a bad job for
He's
the
not.
first time in 12 years, I'll be honest.
198 into turn. Oh, wow. He's down to 173 in the corner, though. This might be with Perkins down on the bottom here.
Oh, did he hit the wall?
I think he got
Pushed
the
up, he
wall,
pushed
too.
up.
Here he
Pushed up.
goes. That will be a 184.630. Is
That's
that
the
bottom?
slowest time. 2
Yeah,
miles per hour
slowest.
slower than Perkins.
Yep, right there.
I mean, good job for Silverspoon for the first time in his
12 years racing that car.
to get go over 180.
Yep,
That'll be a bump day spot.
that'll be a bump there. All right, next car up is who?
Perea.
Are you still
Perea.
recording?
All right. We'll see you then. We might actually have a new person coming in as well. Welcome, Sean Ard, to the booth now. Sean, you got anything to say as Samuel Perez coming out of the pits?
Oh boy, good to be up here for qualifying, and I get to see how well these cars can actually do. Let's see how Perea can actually do well in a single car qualifying run.
And we'll also have Chase Dunbar coming in a little bit as well. So we're going to be flipping out Ard and Dunbar a little bit here. Ard's going to sit around and do a couple of cars here. Perea, this is the Capnex engineering team, and we really don't know how they're going to do today because they are a one-off team. They just missed out on the full-time grid this year. What do you think the expectations for Samuel Perea are going to be?
Yeah, Perea, I mean, he needs to hope that he can get like in a transfer spot, so I expect a bump day, but yeah,
This
it's only
is
194.
slow. Very,
Oh
very
my-
slow.
Yeah.
195 entering turn 1. That's the
Oh, that-
slowest turn 1 entry speed we've seen.
That's really disappointing considering what we've seen from Catholics in the prior years of their success, and
We might
suffering.
we might be down with Mike Silverspoon and Sean Perkins with this one here. I don't think he was as slow through the corner here, but that car has no straight line speed here. And that will be a 184.450.
Wow.
Samuel
Slowest
Perea. That is the slowest time on the board right now.
Mike Silverspoon is not last.
the slowest. I'm guessing they had a
Wow.
problem with Perea's car.
That was
That-
really unfortunate.
That was really bad there. Really bad.
You kill people
Next
too
up
much.
on the board is Raymond Fisher as he comes out of the pits here. Fisher has been strong on these ovals before. The Project X cars have been. This was somebody said that this was their long shot for the pole, possibly.
I said that they could be a potential, not a long shot or a pole, but potential maybe like top 5. This team could have a good run. We saw Dale Cole Jr. up in the booth earlier. I wonder if he's going with an aggressive setup. The temperatures have raised since he was here. Wonder what they got. Straight line speed in the corners with handling for sure.
Coming off of
Gets up
turn
into
4 to
gears.
start his hot lap. We'll see what kind of speed he gets down the straightaway. He's already up to the same speed that Perea got in the corner, or down to the end of the straightaway. 204!
Wow.
I don't know, this might be a long shot for the pole. Raymond Fisher looks real strong here.
He kept 184 in turns 1 and 2. That was amazing cornering.
This could be a pole run here.
That was a
204
gr-
here.
That's great.
405 over the bumps.
Wow.
Oh, but he went 181 in the corner.
Here he comes off the corner. He's going to be up there with the 2 silver speeds. I know that.
I think he splits them.
And that is a 192.854.
Oh, man.
I was right.
Wow.
He split them.
He split him. So Perez
Wow.
is still on pole, but that bumps Daniel Bouchard to 3rd.
By about 100th.
All right. Coming out now is one of the legends himself of the sport, Noah Hart here. Hart, he was filling in for you for a while. Actually got your car on the front row at Sonoma until he runs into Gretchen Faust.
Yeah, which he did pretty well in there.
He got
I'm not
points
gonna-
for the team at Las Vegas as well.
Well, Las Vegas was... it was a joke of a round, I will be completely honest.
Let's see what
Yeah.
Hart's going to do here. He's up to 190. He's not as quick, I think, as Fisher was.
Only 202, I'm going to say.
201.
201. Yeah.
And Art, you're going to be looking real close here because this is one of your team cars here. Your other team car is 4th on the board.
Held at 183 through the corner through the undulation here. Watch this back straightaway speed. I'm going to go 202.
With the bumps.
201. Oh, no, 202, you were right.
Yeah.
Art, how close are you watching this?
I'm watching it very carefully here, seeing how the car can run.
He pushed up just slightly.
And let's see what it's going to be for Noah Hart. That is a 191.266.
Not a bad time.
Not a bad
bad
time. Not the
Right
worst
behind-
time we've had all day, but I think that's midfield, right?
Right behind Do It For Dale.
Oh, right behind his own teammates. So that's actually not that bad
All
for
right.
Noah Hart there. We're going to be saying bye to Ard for a little bit here, and we're going to be bringing in Chase Dunbar. So got any final thoughts to say for now?
I'm just ready to do this. Gonna be the first time in a while since I stepped inside the vehicle. So let's see what happens.
All right. Next up on the board is who?
Mr. Silverspoon, Ty.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, so Aiden Shepard had to go do something for a little bit there. This team called him down to the pit box. So we have Ard still here, but now we have Chase Dunbar in the booth. Chase, say hi to everybody.
Hey guys, Chase Dunbar, car number 12, and you're watching ARCSOA Elite Series on Orina.
All right, so we know Mike Silverspoon didn't do very well. His father didn't do very well. I think, is he still, no, he's not last on the board. Perez got last on the board, but, how do you think Ty Silverspoon's going to do? He's only doing 190 entering turn 1. 191.
That ain't good.
Yeah,
That ain't
I quite
good.
frankly
That
don't
ain't
think you're gonna
good.
qualify for this race because
Whoa.
when you have that car that's set up like that, you're obviously not going to be doing that well on their corners because this is not a relatively banked track, and you do slow down a lot in these corners.
Hey,
And
Yeah,
I think this is going to be the slowest car of the day so far here. He goes down to 168 in the turn. That is not good
Yeah,
for Ty
yeah.
Silverspoon.
yeah,
In the
yeah.
ARCSOA
It's at the
Cup
bottom
race,
of
I
the.
saw that
It's at the bottom of the leaderboard.
180.478.
180 off of that?
Wow.
80 average speed. Okay, that clearly puts him in last. But who was the next car above him? What was the speed on the next car above him?
184.450.
Yeah, Samuel
Right.
Perea did 4 mile an hour faster than Ty Silverspoon.
4?
There
Holy
had to be something wrong with Ty Silverspoon's car.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, without
so-
doubt.
Yeah, I think
Without
there
a
was
doubt.
something wrong.
Well, with that, the next car is who, Vince?
That will be Maddie Wyatt.
Maddie Wyatt. That'll be a quick car.
Oh, you got that GTR right there. GTR's got a good engine there. I believe that you have some speed in that car, and you have Maddie Wyatt. She's a past champion of this series. I think that Maddie Wyatt could as well get that pole.
Here comes Maddie Wyatt out of the pits in the Nissan GTR. Of course, Vince is off to get a drink of water. So here comes Maddie Wyatt out of the pits here. And how do you think this car is going to do, Sean?
Oh, that car is gonna run really well. I believe that could be a top 5, top 10 car.
I think this is the first GTR we've had already today. I think this is the first GTR. We haven't had one of the GTRs go out yet, so we're not sure how the GTRs tend to handle this track really well. But
I know they've been strong all season, though.
they have been strong all season, but reliability hasn't been there, so lasting 700 miles might be a bit difficult for this car. But Wyatt down into turn 1 at 202 miles an hour, but loses a ton of speed in the center of the corner.
Oh,
Hey,
throwing that bad line.
Not a great entry for Maddie Wyatt. She kind of was a little bit harsh on it, trying to like dive in, I think.
200 on the back.
203 entering turn 3. This should be a midfield time, I think. Actually, I don't think it's as fast as people were thinking, but Maddie Wyatt comes off of turn number 4 and sets a 190.931.
Whoa.
That was not as fast as I think any of us thought she would be right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, especially because that GTR hasn't been really tested here at Fontana.
All right. With that being said, we will be saying goodbye to Sean Ard for a little bit, as we will be bringing in Daniel Bouchard, the first guy to join our broadcast that has already qualified. All right. Sean, any goodbye things now?
Okay, now I'm ready to go into the car. I've seen how they've been qualifying. Let's see what we can do.
All right, bye, Sean.
All right.
So on the board right now, we have the top 18 qualifiers right now. Nick Pericles is on a 192.869 average speed with Raymond Fisher not far behind him right there. And Daniel Bouchard not far behind either of them. They're all within, they're under a tenth of a mile an hour between each other, those top three are. Daniel Bouchard will, of course, be joining us. He's just getting mic'd up right now. Mitch Hobbs is fourth on the grid so far with a 192.642. Do It for Dale Jr. is fifth. Noah Hart is sixth. Nice job by the Action Terror Brigade. Tim Randolph is in seventh in the Toyota Racing Development Car. Bobby Jones, 8th. Maddie Wyatt, 9th. Leanne Capanna, 10th. Zachary Fitzwater, 11th. Benoit Irvine, 12th. Aaron Rodgers is third. Is it Aaron? I might have messed that up. Austin Rodgers, sorry. I'm thinking of the NFL quarterback. Is 13th. Sakamoto Masashi is 14th. Sean Perkins, 15th. Mike Silverspoon, 16th. 17th is Samuel Perez. And 18th, way down the order, is Ty Silverspoon with a 180.478. Do you think we'll get a car slower than that, you think?
I could, we also see his teammates. We still have Dormitory, but I don't know. Dormitory ran pretty quick. I don't think so. One thing I have to look at, though, Kenny, you got to look at that bump time I said at the beginning of the broadcast. I said around the Bobby Jones, 191.032. He's P8 right now. I wonder if we're going to get more cars and that top 15 will only be safe, because right now that could be the bump time.
I'm thinking the bump time is going to be somewhere around Fitzwater, I think. I think that's going to be the 40th place time. But then you also have to keep in mind, like I said, there's going to be more cars higher than that are going to think that they're going to need to be on bump day. If you're like in the Fisher, Pericles, Bouchard range, you're basically in right now. I don't think anybody's going to beat those times. But you're in, and you're fighting for pole at that point. But let's go down to the next car, which is Erik Monaco, I believe.
Yep.
Or is he? No, is it?
Erik Monaco.
Erik Monaco's next? Yep. Yes, it is.
Yep.
All right.
Hello, everybody. Okay, hello to Daniel Bouchard, the first guy to set a time that has done broadcasting. How did your lap go, Daniel? You're third on the board.
Well, third lap on the board, very bumpy, much more difficult than usual. When it comes down to just being here, it's a lot more difficult than it was the last time I attempted to run here all the way back in, I can't remember.
Last year. You were in last year.
Right, I was. The car was very bumpy around the track. It just did not stand but we somehow pulled out of it, and we've got third place on the board. I don't think we'll be beaten yet.
Well, we already saw one of the Project X cars split you guys, but...
Yeah. The Project X, that's kind of a surprise, considering that those cars have, not shown the most speed in practice.
Yeah, they haven't shown it in practice. Raymond Fisher, I think, was 10th in his session, but we also had some drivers that were very, what was it? Very, we also had some drivers with a lot of different weather conditions in each session, so... Coming out now, we have Erik Monaco here in a Toyota Supra. And remember, Mitch Hobbs is right behind the top three there, and I believe fourth, correct, Vince?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Also, Aiden Shepard is back on the broadcast. He fixed some of his issues there with his car. So, Aiden, what do you expect from the Toyota Racing Development 95 car?
Well, we've seen the Toyotas they've been doing pretty well today, actually. I wouldn't have expected Toyota out of all racing organization or manufacturers to be as good as they are, but as you see, Monaco's coming 2 of 4, I think, in turn 1. These cars are way faster, and they're handling quite well in the corners, so they're probably one of the best manufacturers to have in the American 700, especially in the qualifying session.
This side actually looks pretty good. He's holding his speed in the corners pretty well. Well, maybe not there, but I think this will be kind of around, I think, where Noah Hart and Do It for Dale Jr. were. Comes across the line. What is he going to get here? It is going to be a 192.438. Actually, that's a lot quick. 8.3. That's a lot quicker than any of us thought.
Again, the Toyotas are one of the best manufacturers to have for the American 700, and especially this qualifying session. And we've seen them do really well today, and I think that's up there.
Vince, where does that put him on the board? Does that put him fourth?
I'm gonna put him right behind Hobbs. Yeah.
Oh, behind Hobbs, that's fifth on the board. So Erik Monaco comes in fifth, kind of like I said, where his teammate was, around Hobbs, around Fordale, that kind of group. Oh, but that puts him. Does that put him behind the Action Terras of Fordale and Hart, or does that put him in front of him?
It's ahead.
Ahead of them. Okay, just trying to make sure there. Coming out now is Aiden Davidson out of the pits. Anyone got any predictions about the Ford Performance Technology car? Because I don't think we've seen one yet.
Well, you know, it's funny, Ken. We saw Aiden Davidson have some speed at Staten Island with the pole. I mean, that was in the draft, you know, God willing. But we'll see. Aiden Davidson is going to set the benchmark. I know we had Fitzy at Tim Taylor, but this is a little different scenario.
Zayden's also one of the most experienced drivers in the current lineup. We've seen him in multiple ARCSOA Elite Series seasons, and especially in events like these. I believe he'll do a great job. He's been in Ferraris, he's been in a lot of different stuff, and now in a Ford. We'll see what he can do in this lap.
Davidson has shown speed this year, just hasn't had the luck, like me, of course. Being that I have blown up like 5 times this year. Let's pray to God the engine stays together for the 700 miles this year. Because, oh boy, I don't want it to go down of 3 laps to go, like what happened back in season 24.
23, that was. 24 was.
Yeah, 23.
24 was when you guys actually won the race.
Right.
Down into
24.
turn. This lap doesn't look very good for Davidson, I don't think.
I just saw 178.
Yeah, this lap isn't very good for Davidson here.
He's sliding real
I'm guessing
wide.
about a 189 here is my prediction. Nope, 190, almost 189. 190.0 there for Aiden Davidson. 069 for Aiden Davidson there. Where does that put him about on the board?
It's going to put looks like 11th.
Somewhere around there.
11th, yep.
That's getting a bit dangerous if you're Aiden Davidson. Right there. Here comes Mr. Off-Roader himself, Jordan Presto out. Of course, were any of you guys victims of Jordan Presto? I know obviously Aiden wasn't, but...
I had the lap 1 incident, so that was...
Yeah, you kind of got yourself in trouble before that even began. What happened there on that start?
Well, I basically thought Cody and I were just having a disagreement there. You know, he was yelling his fists out the window, and I was like, what are you doing, dude? We talked it over, had a little ice cream. It's all good.
And here comes Jordan Presto now. How do you think Presto's going to do? We know Maddie Wyatt, I think, is midfield right now.
I'll go 190.8. I think that'd be a solid time as we get up to speed.
I'll think somewhere in the top 10.
202 in the corner. That's pretty good. But loses a bit of it in the corner.
A little bit high.
A little high there.
Don't want to hit those safer barriers.
Down the back.
205 down the back. That was a great run down the back, though.
Great.
Lost a lot, though.
Doesn't have it in the corner.
Oh,
Presto's a little bit of a wild man, we can see here. What's he going to do time-wise, though? It's going to be a 191.215.
That was a great lap for what car he's in and his past performances.
That
Much
should put
better.
him actually around Bobby Jones, I take it?
That's going to be ahead of John and ahead of Randolph, right behind Noah Hart.
Oh, okay, so that's actually higher than I thought he'd be. Coming out of the pits is Nathan Ormond. I mean Gretchen Faust. As we all know, Nathan Ormond got into a verbal altercation with Richard Silverspoon. He was originally the driver of that car and was actually faster than Austin Silverspoon, to be honest with you. But Faust has been clearly one of the fastest cars on the... faster than all of the drivers in that stable, correct?
By
Definitely, and also not as much of an annoying back marker as Ormond was.
Ormond wasn't known as a particularly strong back marker. Do we think Faust will be strong today, you think?
I'd say
It doesn't
Down the
look it
Perkins
off the
hat.
start, but
That equipment's really holding him up. It's oh wow.
196
Right.
into the first turn.
ooh.
That's the
Holding
slowest
speed
speed.
well in the
However,
corner, though. Holding
speed
speed well.
through the corner.
And it's not slower
is
than
Interesting.
Ty
Not many people have been able
Silverspoon.
to do that today.
Ty
That might be
Silverspoon.
200.
Ty Silverspoon did a 195 entering turn 1.
Oh, all right.
199.
You weren't in here for that, but this is not. It's holding speed okay through the corners, but the straightaway speed isn't there for Gretchen Faust. We'll see how she does here, but I think this is going to be a bump day time for Faust. Yep. 187. Where does that put 187.559? Where does that put her on the grid compared to some of those back markers?
13th.
That's actually
I'll
better
put-
than.
No,
And Masahashi.
14th.
So
Behind Masahashi.
Oh, behind Masahashi.
Oh, ahead of Masahashi.
Oh, ahead.
Ahead. Yep, ahead
So
of us.
so actually, that's probably the fastest of the back markers we've seen now. I think it all came down to how she held her throttle position kind of open through turns 1 and 2. She did a pretty good job on that. But, yep. And here comes Usman Hameed out of the pits. He is driving for the TRD team. So that'd be Monaco, Hobbs. We had another TRD already go. Randolph went.
It's a pretty good lineup.
They're a pretty good. That's a pretty good car here. This should be a pretty good shot for Hameed to make the field, actually.
And to get his name out there.
Get his name into the series here. I think we need a little bit more of a Middle Eastern presence in the series. We don't have one, so.
The biggest thing about this guy, I've raced against him several times in the Dakar. He is one heck of an off-road racer when it comes down to it.
Hey, you can race
So-
with Jordan Presto then.
Definitely when it comes to Presto, but this man focuses on Rally Raid. He's run the Dakar for like the
Hold on a
last
sec
4
here,
years.
not to cut you off, but he was very slow entering turn 1. Only 197.
But he only
Got
lost 14 miles per hour in the corner.
Yeah, but
Going on
he
a
held
four
his speed pretty well through the corner there. He's going a lot faster down the backstretch here.
201.
But still, and he took a different approach there where he let off the throttle very much more abruptly than others. Like, others have been rolling out of the throttles. It seems like he actually just let off and almost hit the brake there. That will be a 189.559. Where does that put him kind of in comparison?
189.59.
559.
That'll be behind Lothair Ravine.
Oh, that's not a good time. Then.
But
Hameed
considering
Hameed will
Actually, no. Well, yeah, actually, you're right. Sorry. I
Hameed
thought
will
I
be
saw
kind of-
188.
Hameed will kind of be fighting it out with. I think that might be a bump day car, actually. All right, this is Evan Byrne coming out of the pits. We haven't seen his car yet because he had some mechanical problems in practice and didn't even get out there. He and Ivan Brazenkopf didn't get out there. And his teammate Sean Perkins has been very slow and the Skylark team. So we're not sure how Evan Byrne's going to do here, right?
He's
Absolutely
hit or
no
miss.
idea.
Hit or miss.
he's definitely a hit or miss, considering his season 22 results.
I'll be interested to see if he's faster than Perkins or not. That will make me interested here, if he's faster than Perkins. Here he comes off the corner. It doesn't look
Very
quick.
slow.
It doesn't look quick.
It looks really slow.
Are we going to be slower than Ty Silverspoon now?
Oh my god,
I
that
We
is
might
a
be.
horrendous speed.
We might be slower than Ty Silverspoon here.
191 in the corner. Entering the corner, yeah.
But he's holding his speed really well through the turn.
That's because he had
160.
no speed going into the corner.
Yeah, this is not a good run. This might be Ty
He's
Silverspoon
got some
levels.
good backstretch speed, though.
Something's not right on
Something
those cars.
isn't right.
195, that's slower than Silverspoon.
You would think these guys would have had everything fixed by yesterday. They had one.
Oh my god. Almost one. Oh yeah, that's horrific.
We'll see what this turns out to for Evan Byrne here, and that will be a 182.727. So not as slow as Ty Silverspoon, but he's definitely down the order. Slower than his teammate.
That is definitely a bump day car.
That is going to be a bump day car right there.
Yikes.
Tough break for Evan Byrne. The Skylark team hasn't been the strongest so far today. Tough luck for them. Max Anderson, another wily Australian coming out of the pits here. He is driving for Ford Performance Technologies. 2 Australians on that team with Aiden Davidson on the other one. There. As here comes Max Anderson out. Zayden qualified down around Maddie Wyatt, correct?
Yep.
So this is about a midfield car we expect Zayden to do, so I'm not sure what Max Anderson's going to do here. The Fords don't look like they've been that strong in quali today, but we'll see how this turns out for him.
Very quick down the front stretch, 194.
Yeah, this is a lot quicker than Davidson.
This might be a fast lap.
203 entering the corner.
And 183.
And he's actually not doing 181. He did a really weird line where he held it open pretty deep in that corner, though. That's a line we have not seen yet. But he's not getting the speed down the backstretch, though. I think we had maybe a little bit of a wind change.
We had
there.
the west wind.
Yeah,
the wind is definitely changed
now. Coming out of the front stretch here.
These cars are getting a tailwind of the front stretch.
That's why we're seeing the speeds down the straightaway here. That is a 190.200 there for Max Anderson. And
2 tenths faster.
That puts him above Capanna and below Bobby Jones, so he's in 11th.
That puts him right around Davidson, though, doesn't it?
He's 2 tenths ahead.
So, right where we kind of thought he'd be. So.
And next up is another FPR car.
Or Ford Performance Technologies, FPT.
FPT, whatever.
That would be who?
Ibrahimian.
Oh, Ibrahimian's next. Dilhan Ibrahimian. Here comes Dilhan Ibrahimian out of the pits now. And in the next Ford Performance Technology car, this is the 3rd one of the day, I think, so far. I think they're bringing 5 to the track because DJ Curtis and Ryan Griffin have not gone yet. We'll see what Ibrahimian can do here. I'm not sure, though, because we haven't seen Ibrahimian much on track. I think he was okay in practice, but doesn't look like he's got a lot of speed through the center of the corner, though.
Kind of held it. I think it's coming back a little bit. Let's see
it's flying down that front stretch, though. He's got that tailwind.
That tailwind is definitely helping those cars down the front stretch and hurting them in the back stretch.
203 once again. This is going to be about similar speed to, I think it's
but now he has to go into the wind, so he's going to slow down dramatically through here.
Yeah, this is going to be around his teammate, I think.
Oh, no. He's up to 195.
He's got a quicker, he's got more speed than his teammate
198
does.
into turn 3.
This will be the fastest of the FPTs, I think. This is going to be the fastest so far of the FPTs.
Going to come back to the tailwind, slides up just slightly. Off of 4, here we go, to the line.
That will be a 190.175. And you know what? Vince Freeze, I think, predicted that they would be splitting the 2 FPT cars. And I thought he was nuts by saying that he couldn't do it. And I think he just did, didn't he?
Let me see. FPT.
What did Davidson do?
Davidson did a 0.69 and 01.
And he did. He split him. He split him. You're like the Nostradamus of this qualifying here, Vince. You're doing great.
What can I say, man? I see the trends.
Wow, I did not expect that. And we're not taking that time. I forgot to pause. All right, before this one started, I kind of said this might be a pole run here. Darren Blake in a Nismo Sport is coming out of the pits here. This is the factory GTR brigade. And a lot of people thought I was nuts here, but let's see what happens here. I might be completely wrong on this, but this car could be a quick one.
Yeah, you know, he's got good teammates. CDVT, I mean, he definitely might have gave him some advice. Let's see. And Turner, you know, he's no slouch. So
yeah, Turner won his first race of the year, his first race in his career back at Vegas. Down the straightaway he goes. The wind has kind of died here, so we'll get a real good, accurate speed gauge of how he's going to do in the straightaway. And he's almost as fast as the Fords without wind.
Go 3, yeah. 182 into the middle of the corner.
Very, very. 182 is kind of like the baseline everybody's going off of through turns 1 and 2.
No
But
headwind
he's
down
much
the
faster
back.
down the backstretch.
Much faster than the cars before him down the backstretch here.
201.
I'm thinking this is going to be a quicker time here for him. But he
It's
was a little
definitely
slower
not
through the
pole, though.
Not pole, but he is definitely slower through
3 and 4.
3 and 4 there. Coming out there, we have 191.068. So my pole prediction went away. Where does that put him about?
That's going to put him right behind Presto. Presto was faster.
Wow, the Faulkner Kellys were faster than him?
Yep.
Wow. We're going to actually take a look at the entire board here coming up after Darren Blake, so let's take a look at that. So on the running order right now, we have, we have Nick Pericles currently still on provisional pole with Raymond Fisher second, Daniel Bouchard third, Mitch Hobbs fourth, Erik Monaco has slotted into fifth with Do It for Dale Jr. sixth. There is not a single one-off car in the top 6. Noah Hart is the top one-off car in 7th with Jordan Presto 8th, Darren Blake 9th, Tim Randolph 10th, Bobby Jones 11th, Maddie Wyatt 12th, Max Anderson 13th, Dylan Ibrahimian 14th, Leanne Capanna 15th, Aiden Davidson 16th, Zachary Fitzwater 17th, Ben Wallace Irvine 18th, Hameed 19th, Austin Rogers 20th, Gretchen Faust 21st, 22nd goes to Masashi, 23rd goes to Perkins, 24th goes to Mike Silverspoon, 25th goes to Samuel Perea, and 26th goes to Evan Byrne, 27th is Ty Silverspoon. So my question to you gentlemen is, where do you think the cutoff currently is, the danger zone currently is right now, of the cars that have to come back for bump day, you think?
I'd say if you're in the top 20, from this lineup we have currently, I think you're going to be comfortable. I don't know
think
for
that.
how
I think that's
long.
a little. I think that's you're comfortable for now, but you're thinking by the end of this
For
session
now.
you're going to be.
Well, not now that you say that. I see some silver speed, Bradleys, some DNCs. Yeah, I take that back actually.
Because right now,
if you
I've
really
noticed
want to
we're
be
very,
safe, I'd say top 15.
we're very low ended right now.
Top 15.
I've always said that Zachary Fitzwater was about the time I thought was going to be the bump time. 180. I'm thinking 190 is probably going to be what you're going to need right now. Does that sound right, or do you think it's actually a little higher, Vince?
I think it's going to be around 190.3. I'm looking at Anderson. He might be too low. I think like a 190.6 might be the
Also,
good time.
look at that gap between Anderson and Myatt there. A 190.2, and then the next car up is 190.9. That's a big gap that I'm surprised we haven't filled yet. Right there. Aiden, do you have anything you gotta say?
Nope, top 15. I believe you'd be safe.
Daniel, you got anything else here? I know you're safe pretty much at your 192.
But top 15, that's about where we think it'll be. So
Leanne Capanna.
as long as you can beat Capanna, you're in.
Again, it's right around that 190 kind of range. 190 to 190.3 is kind of where you're going to have to be.
But the big thing is, many of the heavy hitters are coming up next. We got Dominion Caraway, Project X. And then, of course, we have Mr. Fried Chicken himself, Chase Dunbar.
Not Chase Dunbar. That's Quentin Moore, is Chicken Boy.
Right. But still.
Did Chase Dunbar win the other? Who won the other Baxter's Fried Chicken race?
I think it was Dunbar who won in season 25.
I think Dunbar did win a Baxter's, Colonel Baxter's Fried Chicken.
Mick Baxter.
No, it's Colonel Baxter's. Mick Baxter's.
Quentin Moore, the OG.
Yeah. All right. Next one up is going to be who?
I rolled him.
Dylan Young.
Dylan Young is next. Dylan Young is the next car on the board now, and he is in a DNC. This could be a big run for him. Right?
Yeah, my teammate. I mean, he already has some data off of Rogers. He's got data off myself and Cody from practice, so we'll see. I expect somewhere around a high 180. We'll see what Dylan Young can do.
Any predictions up there from Daniel or Aiden?
No, not really.
Just What the DNCs have disappointed me, really, I want to say.
Yeah,
I don't know if Young can do that well.
The first DNC that went out, I wasn't too impressed with, actually. Austin Rogers did not perform very well.
202 here.
Ooh, I thought he had a good run there, and then he backed off a little more there. This is going to be a midfield run, I think, here.
I think the DNCs are going for more reliability than top speed.
200.
He is struggling in the corner, though, it looks like.
Yeah, 179, he peaked down. This is only
He's going to be around Austin Rogers, I think. 190.170. That's faster than Rogers, I believe, but...
Definitely, that is just above Capanna.
Okay.
So he is now in 15.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Capanna also set a time for DNC. So is he the fastest DNC right now?
Capanna, I believe.
No, Capanna is 4.
No,
looking at the different list.
Now it's Dylan Young.
Dylan Young's the fastest? Okay.
Yep.
But we still haven't seen the 2 mainline DNCs yet, so...
Yeah, they are right at the very bottom.
And we are getting a gust of wind now as Dale Cole Jr. is coming out on track. His teammate's second on the board right now, so this could be a pole contending car here, I think.
Especially with the wind.
Well, well, keep in mind, the wind here is very strong one direction, but it'll hurt you in the other direction, so... This will be a bit of an interesting run for him here. He's got some speed, though, down the straightaway.
190 almost up to speed. That's probably one of the fastest we've seen all day.
Well, again, that's where the wind is.
Down here we go to start Dale Cole Jr.'s quali lap.
Looks like he's only going to get maybe 202.
He's not going to get a lot of speed down the front stretch here, but I'm interested to see what his backstretch speed's going to be.
He's not even hit 200.
198 down the front stretch. He held his speed really well, though, once he let off the throttle here.
Here
Got
we
it
go.
down to 180. Oh, my goodness. He's already up to 1. He's almost up to 200 before the bumps.
203, 204.
That's the fastest car down into turn 3.
Can he
barely.
But he backed out, though. That wind's really screwing with him, though. I think that's going to mess him up here. It's going to be a midfield starting spot, I think, for him.
190.6 at most.
190.0.
Not even.
14 for him, so Dale Cole Jr. Not a good time for him there. He could have done better if the wind didn't pick up on him there. Tough break for Cole. And the Battle of the Silverspoons will be determined right now. And here comes Austin out of the pits. Austin Silverspoon is typically the slowest car on the grid. However, will he be slower than his brother or father? What do you think?
Well, I would really hope not if I was in that situation, but he's going 169 through the first corner, which, granted, he is just coming out, but I've seen nobody go that slow. At least coming out. I don't know how fast he's going to reach up here, which is faster than I expected.
Yeah, he's going quicker than I thought.
6.
But through the corner, not so much. Here he comes off the second turn there. He's gonna get some tailwind down the backstretch, but he does hit 200 miles an hour. That's impressive by Austin Silverspoon there.
I'm not sure if he's going to reach the 190 barrier that everybody is predicting would be the cut line.
Will. And Austin Silverspoon runs a 186.814. So where does that put him on the grid, Vince? Where does that put him on the grid, Aiden?
Well, that would put him around 23rd position. I believe 23rd position.
Okay, then. With that being said, the next car up will be coming shortly. So here comes a car that I think is a possibility for a very quick time here. This is a silver speed of Chase Dunbar. Now, granted, he has a bit of wind to deal with, but what do you think, everybody?
Fast. We've
It's
seen
gotta
the
be.
silver speeds. They have been the fastest cars today. We've seen other cars try to match their speed. I believe one of Fisher split them, but from the experience in Project X car, I don't know. I don't think anybody else is going to match them. I think Dunbar is going to get great time here.
Keep
It's
in mind,
already
he's got a
185.
headwind right here. He's got a headwind right here, so this should be slower than what he gets on the backstretch, and it doesn't even look like it's really affecting him that much.
201, 202,
203 with a headwind. And he has a good run through that corner there. One of
This
the
could be
best
pole.
we've seen. This could be a pole run here.
He's already at 199 before the bumps. 200.
206, the fastest
206.
car down the backstretch. 184 through the quarter. This could be a pole run, everybody.
Oh, he lost some, though. He lost a lot there. This will be close. Oh, he slipped up.
What's it going to be for Chase Dunbar? 192.5. So not going to get the
Not
pole
gonna do
there.
it.
Where does that put him, though?
Gonna put him right under his teammate. Top 4 run.
So that's 4th for Chase Dunbar. I thought he might, but I think the wind cost him. I think that car's faster than his than the.
Actually, no, that's below Hobbs.
Oh, it's
it's
below Mitch Hobbs. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
wow, never mind.
So that is 5th for Chase Dunbar. Sean Hart is the next car out. We had him in our broadcast a little earlier. His teammates did pretty well. Where's Noah Hart and Do It for Dale Jr. right now on the board?
7th and 8th. Or 6th and 7th.
6th and 7th. So Sean Hart is coming out of the pits here. This could be a good run for him, I think.
I could see a 190.9, maybe like a 191.1 if he slips in with some
Still
good
got some
tailwind.
wind to deal with, though, but... Still got some
Actually, he
wind.
got off pretty good there.
Still got some wind to deal with here, but Sean Hart could be a driver to watch in this lap here as he comes to take the start of his hot lap here.
Seems the wind's affecting him a little bit.
Oh,
Gonna
didn't
get
mean to do that.
200 entering the corner.
Down into turn 1. It's not... he held his speed pretty well through the corner, though.
He lost it just a little bit there on exit, got a little tight. Down the back through the undulations here, right around 199, 200 with the bumps, 200.
It's not going to be a pole run, but it's a pretty good run. 180.
be a high
Oh, I was going to say 185 to the corner. That might be a bit different there, but he did lose a bit
He
of it
lost.
there.
He started, yeah.
Lost
Here he
it,
comes
yeah.
across the line. Sean Hart is going to be 190.941. Where does
Just
that put him on
Vince,
the
just Vince
grid?
things, literally predicting everything.
Where does that put him on the board?
It's gonna put him. Oh, that's gonna put him behind, ahead of Maddie.
Oh, okay. That's a good spot. What position is that about? If you wanted to estimate.
So, 12th position.
12.
12.
Not bad.
So Sean Hart's a little slower than his teammates, but good
believe
job.
he's locked in.
Well, we got a car that could be a chance for a pole here. This is the silver speed of Trek Tauger, the American 700 champion 2 years ago. And he is going to be one to watch, I think. What do you guys think?
Oh,
Sure,
judging by
Tauger.
his teammates.
I raced for him once, or that's incorrect. Raced with him once.
And now you're racing with him again because he's on your team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. He's a great teammate to have. He's one of the fastest drivers I've ever seen. Pushes above his equipment all the time. It's going to be interesting,
So
especially with experience he has before.
With the headwind, he goes 201 entering turn 1 with the headwind. I don't think he's as fast as Dunbar right now.
No, he was just around where Ard's at, 200, 201, and he's coming down the back. I don't think this is going to be anything close. Might be behind Monaco. 201, 203,
Yeah,
204.
he's down to 204. That's it. And that's with the tailwind there. He's consistent, I'll say that, but it's just not going to be a pole time here for him, I don't think. But let's see what happens for him. That is a 191.791.
That's going to be behind Erik Monaco.
So he's quite a ways down a bit there. But that's a safe time, though, I think. for Trek Tauger.
That will be
Freeze pinpointed that prediction again.
Yep. Another guy that we're going to be watching here is Jesse Turner. However, the Nismo GTRs have not been that good here, it looks like. Turner will be one to watch, though, as he comes out of the pits.
He's a full-timer. He's going to probably have one of the better setups compared to his teammates that are one-off. So with CDVP, but I don't know. This could be like a 191.5. We'll see what happens.
And a lot of these Nismo sport cars, they can't talk to each other much because three of them are basically... three of the next four cars are all from this team.
I like how he's getting up to speed here. I really like this.
Remember, he's got a headwind going down the front stretch here.
Oh, he's
I don't think that's
fast.
gonna matter.
Still.
He is fast. He's very fast. 202. Can he hold it in the corner?
Gonna lose.
Oh, this is
That
a
was
quick
good.
time. He's going to
He's
get a
on the back, though.
tailwind down the straightaway here. This could be a pole run.
205.
Only 205. Dunbar was quicker
That's
down the
still
straightaway,
fast.
but
I think a 191.5 could be in the cards, boys. We'll see.
Much quicker in the corner, too.
192.5 you mean, right?
No, I think 191.5. I could be wrong.
192.746.
Oh, wow.
That's flirting up there.
It's gonna be behind the top three.
Oh, so close. So close. So right now the top four is Pericles, Fisher, Bouchard, and now Turner. Right?
That is correct. With his teammate Vanderpish next.
Oh, Vanderpetch will be fast. Here comes another car that we're going to be watching for the possible pole here. Christian Vanderpesh coming out of the pits. This is going to be a very interesting time because we just saw Jesse Turner was flirting up there. I got a serious proposition for one of you. Do you think we'll see somebody hit a 193 today?
Need the conditions. As of right now with raw speed, I don't see it, but we never know. We have some fast cars still to go towards the end. So we'll see.
A
That's
lot,
slow
actually.
through that corner for Vanderpesh there, but...
Yeah,
we
he wasn't as
go.
fast as her again throughout the gears. We'll see. He's going low,
He's
too.
running a low line. Wow.
Yes,
He's
here
trying
he
something
goes.
different.
He's got a headwind,
It's actually helping
and it's
him.
actually helping him out a lot, but he is very
He's
low.
going to lose a lot of speed.
Oh my goodness, this is
on
a
the slow line.
weird line he's taking here. Trying to
Taking the
combat
scenic
that
route.
wind. We'll see if it works.
Still pretty lower. He's coming back up a little bit.
Not a lot of speed down the straightaway here. Now he goes on the
203.
high line because now he has the wind at his back. This one, I don't know
This is
where he's
good.
going to finish.
This is a very odd lap time.
It's a
Might
very
be around
odd
turn.
one, but
Might be
we'll
around
see what
turn.
happens. 190.9. 936. Not
Really
what we
unaware if that
expected
helped
for
him.
Vanderpesh. Not at all what we were
It's
expecting
for
for
Maddie
Vanderpesh.
Wyatt. Right above Maddie Wyatt.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good time for poor Christian Vanderpesh there. I don't think
Still top 15.
whatever he was doing in turn one didn't work.
Well,
So
Yeah. Lost a lot of speed on the inside.
you two have learned something. Don't do that. Zolt Dormitory, the Hungarian driver, is coming out of the pits here, and it is getting a little cooler, actually. We got a little bit of cloud cover, but not much. It has cooled off a little bit here, so Dormitory actually should do, I think, okay.
Again, that's a Minervini. You're not expecting a lot
You're
from
not
a car like
expecting
that.
much out of them, but, hey, you never know. If one of those backmarker cars make the field, it's going to be a heck of a story. Sam Adaskin, Benoit Ravine, one of them.
For the reference, 187.334 was his teammate. Let's see. So he's going to get like around 199.
No,
Not
it's
even.
97. No,
Again, he
96.
does have wind pushing against.
Going to go
Yeah,
low
but in the
power.
corner,
This
he's
won't be a
losing it.
faster lap. Oh my, yeah, that is.
But we'll
Yikes.
see how he does with the tailwind now.
He's going to come back a little bit. Might get around 200.
200 down there. But see, he can't hold it in the corner that well compared to, let's say, some of the faster cars that are around him. And this lap is going to be a slower one. And we'll see where he puts in with his teammate, compared to his teammate Masahashi. That is a 186.756 for Zolt Dormitory right there. So where does that put him?
It's going to put him ahead of Sean Perkins.
Ahead of Sean Perkins. Okay.
And right behind his teammate. Yep.
So right around Sakamoto Masashi. Coming out of the pits is Avril Mead coming out of the pits in the last of the Nismo Sports. We've seen them be interesting, to say the least. Jesse Turner nearly got the pole. And, well, Christian Vanderpesch maybe could have if he didn't try and a weird line in turns 1 and 2. That didn't work. Here comes Mead out of the pits. What do you think Mead's going to do?
I don't know if he's going to get it with his teammate. This looks a little slower, actually.
I think he'll be closer to Vanderpesch than anything.
Yeah, let me see the line he takes, too. Looks like it's going to be a bit more up than CDVP, but not bad, though. I mean, for a headwind down the front, 200.
Not bad. I briefly hit 201 there, but doesn't hold it in the corner well.
Yeah, that's only going to be around 181 at the least. And you see he's pushing up a little bit. Car's getting tight down the back through the undulations, around 199.
Still not that quick down the backstretch here. It'll be about a high 190. It'll be a mid to high 191, but I think.
I think this might be in the 190s, actually. It's not
You
looking...
think it's a 190? Well,
you've
been right all day. And it is a 189!
He lost 4 miles per hour in that turn 3.
189.724 for Avril Mead. That actually could put him in bump territory.
It's around Fitzwater around there.
Yeah. Tough break for Avril Mead. So our current qualifying order at this stage is Nick Pericles is still the fastest car right now on the qualifying order, with Raymond Fisher second, Daniel Bouchard third, fourth is now Jesse Turner, fifth is Mitch Hobbs, sixth is Chase Dunbar, seventh is Erik Monaco, eighth is Trek Tauger, ninth is Do It for Dale Jr., 10th is Noah Hart, 11th is Jordan Presto, 12th is Darren Blake, 13th is Tim Randolph, 14th is Bobby Jones, 15th for Sean Ard, 16th for Vanderpesch, 17th for Wyatt, 18th for Max Anderson, 19th for Dylan Young, 20th for, Ibrahimian is 19th, 20th for Young, 21st for Capanna, 22nd for Davidson, 23rd for Cole Jr., 24th for Fitzwater, 25th for Mead, 26th for Lothair Irvine, 27th for Hameed, 28th for Rogers, 29th for Faust, 30th for Masahashi, 31st for Silverspoon, 32nd for Dormitory, 33rd for Perkins, 34th for Mike Silverspoon, 35th for Pereira, 36th for Byrne, and 37th for Ty Silverspoon. So we're getting close to these cars that are going to have to go home, or automatically go into bump day, it looks like. And we got some quicker cars coming up. You got Cody Lamas, Vince Freeze, Connor Monaco, Tyler Berkman could be an interesting one to watch. Vince Freeze is down there, Halleck is down there, Kiterman, and of course you've got DJ Curtis, Sam Oskin down there, and Vincent Allen with Aiden Shepard. So they're all going to be very fast cars to watch here. But do you think we've gotten through the majority of the gauntlet, you think, for the pole time? Has Pericles survived it?
Don't think so. We still got
Not even
the back.
close.
The back is the key. We still have to wait for at least the last 10 cars, and then that's going to be a big test for him. And plus, we also got guys like Quinn and Moore who are one off.
A mile up there.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at, okay, we're almost to 40 now. Right here, I'm going to bring my cursor here. Brazenkoff is going to be the 40th car out. So after Brazenkoff, we're going to start eliminating people. So it's going to get real interesting at that point. All right. And Sean Ard is joining us now. Sean, welcome to the coverage again. How did your qualifying lap go?
It went pretty well, even though this is a while since I last stepped in the car. The car was okay. It wasn't the best
Yeah,
feeling
you are
car.
currently right now 15th on the grid. You're a little slower than your teammates who are 9th and 10th on the board right now, but you're still in an okay safe position. We were thinking earlier about 190.1 is where you're going to need to be. You're at 190.9, provided the weather conditions don't change. Are you comfortable in 15th right now with 37 cars on 59?
I don't. To me, no, I don't. I
You
don't think
don't?
so.
Ah,
I think anything can happen here, and with somehow the lower half of the field still left to go, I think stuff could change.
all right. Well, with that being said, it's time to go on to Rich Roy's time in the first of the Vision Sport Honda.
Monaco
Rich
too,
Roy
actually.
for Vision Sports Honda is the next car out here. It's getting a little warmer again here, so it's not going to be the best of conditions for Rich Roy, but here he comes out of the pits. This is the first of the Vision Sport Hondas, the lead Honda team here. What are you guys predicting is going to happen here with Roy? We don't know much about him. He's a touring car driver for Vision Sports, so... Any idea?
This is a hit or miss, right? It's another toss-up like we've seen in the past. This could be like around 190, or it could be around low 189s. We'll see.
With the headwind he's got, he's going up to 198. Gets it down to 182, though. That's a really good baseline run here so far.
Well,
Roy.
let's see let's see what happens when he goes down the backstretch. Oh, he's up to 200.
201 there.
Well, right here, you're gonna watch. He's gonna get a nice 180. It's where he
I
can't
don't know
hold
how
the
this
position.
lap's going to go. It's going to be a pretty midfield run. I think it's going to be a midfield run for him here.
Bet
Maybe
you
a
it's where
high
Ard's at.
190.
Wherever Ard's at, he'll be.
189.7, so...
Yeah,
That crunch speed might have hurt him.
That's going to be a hard... That's going to be a... Maybe a bumping time there, actually.
Near Fitzwater.
Again, it's near Fitzwater. So, good job, Rich Roy, for your ARCSOA debut. Here comes another car with a pole chance here. This is Alex Rowe in the Silver Speed here. I really like that 42 car, don't you, everyone?
Beauty.
Black and white.
That is a nice-looking 42 car there for Alex Rowe.
Looks like an old school movie for sure.
If it's as fast as it is good looking, he'll be on the pole because I think he's got one of the best looking cars on the grid right now. He's got some speed too. He's up to 189 on his outlap entering turn 4. So
Nick Pericles did a 189 too on his up to speed, but he lost a little bit in the 3 and 4. So we'll see what he can do here.
And remember, Rowe has a headwind, so Pericles didn't, and he's got a hotter track too. And yet he still goes 202 entering turn 1. So this is gonna be a quick time here. Ard, what do you think?
Holding 184.
Oh, that car's going really fast. I think this is a potential for a pole.
205.
05.
But he's losing it right
He lost a little bit there, but he's better than Dunbar.
Yeah,
Here he comes off the corner. What's it gonna be for Alex Rowe?
This is gonna be close.
It's going to be a 191.9.
Hi, Monaco.
Yep. That is it for Alex Rowe there.
Oh.
I thought that was going to be quicker than that, but that wind is really screwing with people.
You guys getting a bad echo? I can't hear.
So this driver you're pretty familiar with, Aiden. Who is this?
Man I beat to become the Indy 500 champion.
Ivan Brazenkoff. You beat him by, I think, a couple hundredths of a second, I think, in the Indy 500 this year. Ivan
Pass him on the front
here.
stretch.
Brazenkoff has not had the same luck that you've had in this American 700 Thunder Week, though. Brazenkoff did not practice. That car had issues during practice. And we saw his teammate Samuel Piata had a very, very slow time, as we saw. He's going to be in bump day. So, what are your expectations for Brazenkopf, considering he hasn't... And remember, Evan Byrne, another car who didn't go out there, didn't set a fast time either.
Well, he's one of the best oval drivers I've ever seen. While on the Champ Car circuit, he's top 5 in points right now, currently 4th with 1 win. One of the faster guys on the ovals. It's really hit or miss with this guy, I'll be honest. He's either does really well or he has just a tough time with some speedways.
Well,
At Atlanta, he got 2nd, and then tracks like Chicago, he gets 14th.
Well,
You never know.
I think if he doesn't do well here, it's because the car isn't set up for him. Because, as we know, he's been in the American 700 before. He's been strong in this race before. And in the weekend precedings here. And it doesn't look like he's that quick today. Going through the middle of the corner there. Around the track here, we have... Yeah, this doesn't look very strong right off the bat. Ivan Brazenkopf only getting about 197 down into turn 1 here.
Yeah, he's losing it too. 175.
Yeah, this isn't going to be a quick time for Brazenkopf. If he's faster than his teammate, though, I think. So that's good, but... This is going to kind of be around, like, the Sean Perkins level of cars, I think. Maybe a little slower
that setup's
than Perkins,
horrendous
actually.
on that car.
That car does not look very stable in the corner. Oh, he gets into the wall.
Oh, he's in the wall.
He actually got into the wall. That car does not look very stable there. Brazenkopf goes 185.271 for Ivan Brazenkopf there. Tough break for Ivan Brazenkopf right there. Cody Lamas, here's a pole contender here, although the DNCs haven't been very strong around here. And we have a little bit of a wind change there. The wind is now coming out of the south, according to our wind sock here, so that's not going to be good off of turn 2 for him. But what do you think this is going to turn into for Cody Lamas, you think?
My teammate, I'm going to know a lot. He's had a couple... We had Capanna, we had Young, to work off Rogers. Now it's Cody's turn. He's going to go out. He's taking a little lower approach. We'll see, though. This wind change, he could be crosswind all up into 3. We'll see.
Down the straightaway now, the front stretch here. Here he goes. He's really opening that car up. He's on the north side of the track.
199, 190, 200, 200.
Ooh, this is a quick time.
203. Ooh.
Oh, but in the corner, as you can see, he lost a lot there in turn 1.
Only a little bit, though.
Cody,
oh, my goodness. This is going to be a fast time, I think. Down the straightaway he goes. Not getting that crazy back.
He's redlining, actually.
202, 202.
It's not handling well in the corner, though. Here he comes off of the corner.
Up a little bit.
Cody Lamas is going to do a 191.220 for Cody Lamas.
That would be ahead of Presto.
That is ahead of Jordan Presto. Now, we got to bid Vince Freeze a farewell for a bit here. He'll be back later, but he is going to qualify, actually, now. So, that should make things... he has to go get ready to qualify, so we will see him in a bit, actually. Good luck, Vince.
That's right, I'm soon up.
Here comes the first of the 2 Marlone Faradays. This is Tyler Berkman here. And the Marlone Faraday FNS Brigade here. FNS was a late entry onto the list here, and they weren't very fast in practice, to say the least. But we'll see how Tyler Berkman and Takumi Hirano do for them. Not getting a lot of speed, though, out of that car there, but we'll see how he does. Actually doing pretty well in the corner, though. Tyler Berkman is. So here he comes off the corner here.
That helicopter lands.
What do you think, Berkman? What do you? I mean, we saw that they weren't fast in practice, but
It's an odd case scenario. This car has a lot of potential with the setup. You can go from either low or high on the standings, and it doesn't. He seems about average, reaching 200 on both ends and having some handling trouble with the new wind speed.
With the direction, yeah. Let's see what Berkman
Yeah.
does here. This should be about a 188, I think. I'm gonna take a guess, 188.
I'm thinking 189s.
189.4 for Tyler Berkman. Good job by Berkman, though, but I don't think that's going to be enough to lock himself to be completely safe going into bump day.
Okay.
Coming out of the pits now is Kenny Might here, and the wind has picked up that southern wind that's been bothering people. So this isn't going to be a fun lap for Kenny Might, I don't think. We saw one of the Vision Sports go with Rich Roy, and it was kind of a midfielder. So I'm interested to see what Kenny Myatt's going to have to do here. What do you think?
Especially with the different weather. It's going to be a really odd lap time. I don't know what's this going to do. It's just makes cars more unstable. It's going to really kill these guys if the south wind keeps steady in this motion.
That south wind is going to be a problem in the corners here. He is fast, though, down the straights. 204 there. But see, oh, he did a good job through that corner there. That was 183 only there. That was a good run by Myatt there. This could be
how much
interesting.
it goes on this back straightaway.
Without the wind, I think this would be a pole contending car. Again, 182 with that south wind.
This could be a pole time.
I don't think it's a pole time, but we'll see here. That is a 192.1 for Kenny Myatt there. That's going to put him, I think, pretty decently on the board, actually, for car 47 there.
I believe that's just outside of the top 10.
Just outside of the top 10? Wow. I know
Yeah.
it's a little higher than that, but okay. And now Connor Monaco is the next car out of the pits here for Team Tim Taylor in the 98 car. What is your prediction on this?
Well, we've seen his teammates, especially the likes of Zachary Fitzwater. Zachary set the benchmark, and he didn't have this air pushing against him. It's going to be, again, interesting to see what happens. I do believe he's going to be a little slower with the more difficult.
And
He does have more of an idea of what other drivers are doing around here.
And we have a treat for you guys coming up next. Cody Lamas is going to be on in a short bit here. He came up here really quick after his qualifying lap. And right now he is being suited up by one of our technical advisors. Just telling him to hold on until we're done with this run here. Not a quick time so far for Connor Monaco, it looks like.
Oh, Monaco almost hit the wall.
Yeah, I got a little bit wide there. They're right now talking with Lamas about what's going to happen here after this run. As here he goes down low here. Not a good run here for Connor Monaco. It doesn't look like it. As we come off the corner here, this is going to be a 187.8. I got that one right. I'm like Vince Freeze now. Woo! I called that one 187.862 for Connor Monaco. All right, we're welcoming Cody Lamas into our broadcast right now. Hello, Cody.
Hello.
You are right now in position number 13 on the board, just behind Noah Hart and in front of Jordan Presto. You were the first car, though, with that south wind where you had some pretty nice straight line speed, but in the corners, your car got a little squirrely there.
Yeah, it wasn't very ideal. It was kind of the biggest worry going out this late in the qualifying. So I guess we kind of prepared for it, but I guess not well enough.
All right,
At the end of the...
Oh, yeah, keep going. If you got to say
Oh, go ahead.
All right, so your right now qualifying order provisionally is Nick Pericles with the pole right now with a 192.869. That's speed, of course. Raymond Fisher is second with Daniel Bouchard third. Jesse Turner fourth. Mitch Hobbs fifth. Chase Dunbar is the top one-off car in sixth. Erik Monaco seventh. Kenny Myatt is in eighth. Alex Rowe is ninth. Truck Tauger is down in 10th. Do It for Dale Jr. is 11th with Noah Hart 12th, Lamas 13th, Presto 14th, Darren Blake 15th, Tim Randolph 16th, Bobby Jones 17th, Ard 18th, Vanderpesh 19th, Maddie Wyatt 20th, Max Anderson 21st, Dylan Ibrahimian 22nd, Dylan Young 23rd, Leon Capanna 24th, Aiden Davidson 25th, 26th is Dale Cole Jr., 27th is Zachary Fitzwater, the first car that qualified. Rich Roy is 28th, Avril Mead 29th, Benoit Ravine 30th, Hamid is 31st, Tyler Berkman is 32nd, Austin Rogers is 33rd, Connor Monaco 34th, Gretchen Faust is 35th, Sakamoto Masashi is 36th, Austin Silverspoon is 37th with a 186.814, Zolt Dormitory is on a 186.756 and 38th, Sean Perkins is on 39th position, and Ivan Brazenkoff right now is the last car technically in. Mike Silverspoon, Samuel Pieta, Evan Byrne, Ty Silverspoon are all on the outside looking in, and we'll probably have to go in through bump day. So that's going to be a tough break for all of those four drivers there. Ryan Griffin is the next car up with Jeff Bolton and Vince Freeze on deck. So let's get to it. Oh, Aiden, is there any big surprises you have so far?
Well, let's see. Well, I don't know if even with Fisher's experience, I did not expect him to be around the top 5. But he's second right now on the front row, so that's pretty significant. Along with another couple of names, the Ford Performance Brigade's doing great job actually from their funding. Silver Speeds, Rowan Talger, I expected them to do a little more than 9th and 10th, but those are still good runnings from that team. Kenny Myatt, I'm surprised, got to a top 8 position after that win.
Yeah, Kenny Myatt having a
settling
top,
that car.
getting 8th. Kenny Myatt getting 8th with a stronger south wind than what Lamas had a couple of cars before him. Myatt was very, very strong out there. He's going to be one to watch. As we go down the order a little bit here, I want to throw Connor Monaco, Ford Performance Technology, 34th. Or no, that's a Team Tim Taylor car. I'm sorry. That's kind of expected from them. Rich Roy down at 28th, that kind of stuff. Going to be interesting there. So we're going to the next car, Ryan Griffin.
Definitely not going to play the law.
All right, Ryan Griffin is coming out of the pits now. Cody, this is your first time in a qualifying booth here. What did you notice about the track when you were out there? How's the bumps on the backstretch? We've heard a lot of people that have come in here complain about them.
They're definitely pretty bad, I would have to say. The car, sometimes it felt like it was in the air, but we kind of been trying to iron that out, so it felt all right. I mean, clearly it wasn't great, but I mean, hey, we just go out and drive the car at the end of the day, right?
And of course, the first car that you're going to be seeing out here is your main championship rival, Ryan Griffin, right now. Griffin actually, so far, seems to start off the lap pretty strong here. Look at this. Even though he's got that south wind with him, 203 entering turn 1. That's pretty impressive. Aiden, what do you think so far of this?
I mean, he's holding down low even on with the wind facing him. He's almost counteracting the wind. That car is very amazingly set up. 202 on the back straightaway and seems to be keeping it.
I'm thinking this is going to be close to Myatt's speed, honestly, here, around 8th. Here he comes off the corner here. Ryan Griffin is going to run a 192.0, so it's a little slower than Kenny Myatt, but I'm not exactly surprised by that. Where would
Doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah,
I believe that'd be right behind Myatt.
That's a top 10 starting spot so far right now, I think. He's definitely behind Myatt, but I think it's lower top 10 right now.
9th.
9th. Okay. Jeff Bolton is the next car out. And this is going to be interesting here because Jeff Bolton's teammates are kind of on the verge of bump day. So this could be an interesting run here for Jeff Bolton going forward. But I don't know. What do you guys think about Bolton? He's been kind of a nondescript rookie this year. He hasn't been getting in the way at least, but any comment on him?
I don't think he has the car. I'll be honest. And the speed's just against him, or the wind speed, rather. I think everything's against him currently, and the only thing that could help his run right now is his own skill and finding the best line.
Cody, you got anything to say about Jeff Bolton?
I say anytime a rookie doesn't really get in the way, I have no. They're fine for me, to be honest.
Off the corner he comes here. He had an okay turn 1 and 2. It's nothing special, but down the straightaway now, he is going 199, not hitting 200 down the straightaway there. This is going to be a midfield time, I think, here. It'll be interesting to see how he compares to Connor Monaco and Zachary Fitzwater here. Off of turn 4 he comes. Jeff Bolton will get a 189.051. That is definitely a lot slower than Fitzwater, at least, but that's going to put him quite a ways down the order. And now Vince Freeze is the next car out. He is one of our broadcasters today. And Vince Freeze has been seeing a lot of cars practice here, so he should be one of those ones that knows what he's doing around this track. He got the pole for this race last year, but remember that was
led
drafting.
this race before.
He was drafting with Cody Lamas, I remember, last year, back when we had draft practice, when we used to have those 3-car run practices.
And he used to be in a less powerful machine and did really well around here.
Yeah, he did. Coming off the corner here to start his hot lap here. We're going to see what kind of runs he does. There's been a small wind direction change. It's now coming out of the southwest. Same speed, though. Oh, my goodness. Look at the speed entering turn 1, 207. But loses a lot of it in the corner there, but did he make it up on the straight?
This will be interesting.
That was a good run there. But he's going to get a bit of a headwind down the backstretch here. 201, though. That's still pretty impressive. And he does pretty well through turns 3 and 4. This could be a quick time. Very quick time here. Vince Freeze goes to 191.852. That's going to put him, I think, around 11th-ish there. But Vince Freeze, I think, just locked himself into the American 700 with that. And I think he'll be very happy when he gets back here, because he will be finishing off broadcasting duties with us.
Where it originated.
All right, here comes Takumi Hirano out of the pits now. And Cody, you've been on this track a bit here. We saw your teammate do really well, and the person you were fighting, who you lost the championship to last year, do really well here. As it's starting to get later in the night, as in the afternoon now, it's starting to get a little darker. What do you predict Hirano's going to do, Cody? We know this car isn't quick.
I don't know. I think maybe somewhere in the 20s, but I'm not really sure about their equipment. Since
Berkman.
I don't know.
Where? Hey, Aiden, check out where Berkman is on the list. The teammate to Takumi Hirano. This is a quick time though. 2:04 entering turn 1. That's no slouchy time there.
Hirano's in Freya and Sato.
What?
He's an F.
Yes. Where's Berkman? Where's Berkman on the order?
Berkman.
Or what kind of speed did Berkman do?
He is 32nd right now.
What was the speed? What was the speed?
He is 189.474.
I think this is going to be faster than Berkman, honestly, because Hirano just came off the corner there. It was a pretty clean lap there. It was a 189.704 for Takumi Hirano.
Benoit.
So what
that tied Benoit Laverne.
Oh, it tied Benoit Laverne? So we got our first tie of the day. All right, then. Takumi Hirano, 189.704 for Takumi Hirano. Here comes Jack Halleck out of the pits. He hasn't had a good year so far this year, has he?
I mean,
he nearly beat Lamas at... He was chasing down Lamas at St. Pete, but he hasn't done much, really.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was expected him to do more after St. Pete, considering I had a mirror full of them.
I'm interested
Just
to
hasn't
see
been there.
how Halleck does, though, considering that the wind direction has changed a bit. His teammate Kenny Myatt was really fast in a really kind of adverse condition. Here we go. Down to turn 1 he goes. Oh, this is a quick time. 06
Go
there.
6.
Gets it right down to 182 there. That's kind of been the baseline we've set all day. Getting through turns 1 and 2 is about 182. But then you go up a little bit of a headwind here. Still getting up to 200, though. 201 a bit briefly there for Jack Halleck there. Great job getting through the corner there. And it is
Probably top 15 run here.
It's going to, I think it is going to be a top 15 run. It's going to be around his teammate Myatt, I think. And that is a 192.031 for Jack Halleck there. That's a good time. Right around Ryan Griffin and Kenny Myatt.
Yeah.
Ethan Kiterman for Kathnex Engineering is the next car out here. The third of 4 Kathnex cars here. Kathnex has not gotten any of their cars into the race so far. Both their cars so far have not made the field. And do you kind of, both Cody and Aiden, do you kind of think that's going to be the same here?
I mean, again, a bunch of these setups are radically different from one another in the team. It's trying to see which one's better. None of them have been good, as we have seen so far. They did not get a lot of practice, or at least pre-testing practice, but it seems Kiterman's doing a lot better than his teammates.
Yeah, I would assume they would change setups or run something different between the cars. Wait, learn for something.
Very, very gradual with the throttle Kiterman was through the center of that corner. He kind of held it a little bit there. Got a little slower through the center, but held it a little longer at like 190 in order to kind of roll through the corner a little bit there. That might end up actually helping him here because he looks faster than both his teammates that have qualified before him. Off of the final corner for Kiterman here. Gonna be a 189.764 for Ethan Kiterman. That's not a bad time for Kiterman there, actually.
Especially with the Kathnex failure disqualifying.
Yep.
Definitely got the better setup.
Not disqualifying, but didn't qualify. All right, well, the next car is lining up here, so let's go take a look. Angel in Gray is the next car out in the Faulkner Kelly, the last of the GTRs to qualify here. I believe she's the last one. Gray, I think she was actually kind of quick in practice, if I'm not mistaken, but we don't know much about her. She comes onto the track here. It's been a very interesting day as it's gotten hotter here. Pericles, right now, do you think Pericles is going to be the pole sitter? You think?
Well, with the Pericles in this clear weather like this had the best sort of conditions, and he has the Silver Speed, which is probably the fastest car around here. So yeah, I don't think anybody else is going to contest with him unless there is a weather pattern change.
Down into turn 1 and 2. This isn't a good time for Angel in Gray right now. 178 through the middle of the corner. This is going to be a tough time, I think, for her to get to, I think. This is not a good, consistent lap here. I don't see it. I just don't see it. And that is going to put her right, I'm guessing, in the midfield, right in the heart of the midfield here. That is a 188.482.
Actually worse than
Angel
what
and
we
Gray.
projected.
That is worse than what I thought Angel and Gray would do. Tough break for her. DJ Curtis is the next car out here. This is going to be a pretty important lap, I think, for him here. The reigning American 700 champion here. I don't know. Where is he going to run? Where have... Ryan Griffin was pretty high up the order, if I recall. Last time we checked. But this is going to be a very, very important time for him. Slower through that corner, though. Kind of surprising to me there. He comes off the corner now and really opens up that car. We'll see what he can do.
Actually going low. About mid corner. Really interesting line.
That was a good line. But if you look at the speed, though, that was not a bad run there.
No. That was between the common racing line and Vanderpesch's line, and he had the sweet
Maybe
spot,
that's
it
what you
seemed.
got to do here. I mean, DJ Curtis is the reigning champion of this race here. Comes off the corner. I'm interested to see where he's going to qualify here. It's going to be 192.308 for DJ Curtis.
That was a great lap.
So with that, we have to bid Aiden Shepard goodbye, as we only have 6 cars to go in qualifying. And you're the last car, Aiden, so got any final thoughts?
Anybody, or my teammates, or just anybody, give me every single detail you have. I'd like it. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye, Aiden. And with that, Vince Freeze will actually be coming back in a second here, so we will see you for the next car, who is, I believe, Ethan Moore, correct?
Ethan Moore.
Yep, Vince is back. Ethan Moore is
DNC
next.
takeover.
All right, guys.
All right, Vince Freeze, welcome back to broadcast here. We're waiting on Ethan Moore to get on track here. How was your run today?
Extremely great through 1 and 2. I mean, 207 on the tachometer there. We were flying. But 3 and 4, I lost it a little bit. But I think I might have, let's say, solved the key, right? We might have figured out the key with the wind conditions, how the southwest wind, and the track temperature was just about right. So somebody can still put a flyer out there. It's just going to take a little bit.
Yeah, you were the fastest car into turn 1 of all of them. So that'll be interesting going forward. And then, so how does it feel for both you and Cody, for that matter, how does it feel to not be relegated to bump day, it looks like? I mean, granted, your teams could still put you up, but...
Nah, we're probably content. You know, one thing about the DNC, and I'm sure Cody can attest to this, we've been, really consistent this year. And it really hasn't been our strength so much Q trim, but the races where we'll find it. Cody?
I can agree to that. I can definitely say Q has not been our strong point, but we can definitely kind of lurk around and pounce when we need to pounce.
Ethan Moore is one of the more controversial drivers on the grid here. The Indiana native is known to be known for his quite divisive opinions. Just waiting on him to go out here. He's driving for Team Tim Taylor, which is an Ohio-based team here. The last of the Team Tim Taylor cars. And is he the last Ford on that list?
Oscar Ford. I think that is.
And we're waiting a little bit here on Ethan Moore here. He's waiting out his 5-minute clock here. Like I said, we don't have that many cars left in this day 1 of qualifying, so... Remember, the drivers can decide whether or not they can,
bump
people. So that will be important to watch here as, oh wow, if we go down to beyond 242, so DJ Curtis has not waited the longest. Ethan Moore has waited the longest here.
Noticing a trend that it seems like these guys are waiting longer as
the day goes on. Yeah, we had Benoit Ravine, I think, go out in like the first 3 seconds that he had a chance to. He went out.
This is taking a long time.
This is a long one here for Ethan Moore. And 2:22 remaining is when he moves. Team Tim Taylor has not done very well in qualifying for this race so far. Where do you think he's going to slot in?
This is 189.9 at best. I think he's going to be a little slower than Fitzy.
I'm thinking 186. I'm thinking he's going to be slow. Lamas, you got a prediction?
I would say around in the mid-30s probably, so wherever that would put in 186s.
No, 186 is a little lower than that.
I think bump day. He needs to go to bump.
He's going to be a bump day
definitely.
contender, I think. Ethan Moore on the front stretch now, up to 195 at the start-finish line. Not too terrible, but actually, this isn't that bad. 203 entering turn 1's not a bad time.
Got off the corner pretty good. 183.
Yeah, it seems to actually be doing pretty well, this car. It doesn't have a lot of straight line speed, but it seems to be gripped pretty well.
He's losing a little bit with the headwind, as everyone else has, though.
Down to turn 3 and 4 here.
He slid it up a little bit high, but
slower
that's not
there,
bad.
but
yep.
Very consistent lap there by Ethan Moore. Probably the most consistent we've seen all day. Ethan Moore comes across the line and does a 190.613. So my prediction was way out the window there. Ethan Moore did a very good job there.
We're all off.
Sam Ozkin is only a handful of cars to go now. Ozkin comes out of the pits here, and it has cooled off a little bit here, so this actually might get a little faster for some of these cars. Right, guys?
Yeah, I think the cooler temperatures now as we get towards the end of the day here, evening time. Could see a quick one, but obviously Ozkin's goal is probably just to get a solid top
Yeah,
25.
if Ozkin can get into the top 25, that's an impressive day for him here. Coming off of turn number 4 here to start his hot lap now. Ozkin, actually, this doesn't look half bad.
He might get 204. He keeps it up.
Ozkin 204, that's not bad.
And he's gonna keep.
But he's slow in the corner.
Yeah, he lost 25 miles per hour. And he lost the benchmark as we get down the back straightaway here through the undulation. You can just see that thing is cracking with the suspension. Only 198.
198. Again, what's happening here for Ozkin here off the corner here? This is going to be a decent lap. I think it's probably the best of the Medina. It's better than his teammate Benoit Theravine. 189.5. Good job by Sam Ozkin there. I think that was about as good as he could get. Tylus McAllister and the final of the Medina Moro cars are going out there. And this is going to be a very, very interesting run here because it has, the wind direction has changed once again, and now it is just west once again. So it's going to be an interesting qualifying run, I think, for McAllister here. As here we go down the backstretch here.
That was not a
good start, though, from Tylus McAllister here.
Yeah, that looks slow.
I don't know about this one here.
We saw 190 almost entering turn 3 on the warm-ups. I don't think this is going to be good. But it's coming back with that west wind.
It's coming back.
Actually, it's coming back really nicely. It might be 203.
Exactly, 203 entering the corner here, but how does he do it? And 179.
And slid up a little bit there. That's going to do it, I think, for that run.
I think that's going to stop him there. And
it's a really good 3 and 4. It's coming back, but not enough.
Get your roll for this corner ready here. Down to turn number 178 this time. Not going to be enough for Tylus McAllister to do much with it. He'll be in bump day capability here, I believe. Down here, right there, Tylus McAllister, 188.201 for Tylus McAllister. Lance Kelvin coming out of the pits now. There's not... How many cars are left, Vince?
3 to go after this.
3 to go after this one. And Calvin is a pole contending car, I think. We've seen Calvin, at the canceled race at Lime Rock, he had gotten the pole.
Well, you say that, but his teammate's 17, so he might have either found something or that maybe that shift in the wind. Who knows?
I think Bobby Jones, though, had a really bad weather. I think his was almost at like 91 or something degrees like that.
That was not a good getting in.
And it was not a good condition for Bobby Jones there. And I think Kelvin's condition is a lot better than what everyone else has been today. So here he goes down
at this rate.
This looks like a good start.
203.
05.
05. Just touched it. Wow.
Gets right down to 182 there.
It's been the benchmark every single run. For the most part, he's down the back.
Front stretch now.
Backstretch.
Backstretch, I'm sorry. Over the bumps pretty nicely there. 197 though. We know those Subarus don't have the kind of speed, though, that makes them a high horsepower car, but through the corners, they tend to do really well. At the start-finish line, Lance Kelvin does a 191.098. That's a pretty good time, I believe, there. All right, here comes Quentin Moore out of the pits here now. Oh, boy, Chicken Boy himself is here. Will Chicken Boy be relegated to the Colonel Baxter's Fried Chicken Consolation Race? I don't think he's ever qualified for the American 700, to be honest with you. Has he?
You know, he might have once, and he's our teammate here, Cody and I. So he has the best chance with the setup way. We gave him all the notes. So
And he's the last
yeah.
of the DNC cars, and some of them did a really good qualifying lap there. It actually looks pretty stable, that car does.
Actually,
It's one of the
that's-
better looking cars we've got on the field so far as well.
That might be 205 entering the. Oh, he might be at 206. Keep pushing this.
It's got some speed in it. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
I took my
207! Here we go, Quentin Moore, everybody!
Quentin Moore.
The car
181.
entirely powered by extra crispy fried chicken now gets a great run through turns 1 and 2. I don't think Quentin Moore is going to be in the Baxter's Fried Chicken Consolation race this year. It looks like he's going to make the real race.
200 for a second. He's got a shot for maybe a top 10.
Yeah, I don't think it's the pole, but it's going to be close, actually, with that 207 down the straightaway here. Quentin Moore comes off the corner. It's going to be a 191.893 for Quentin Moore. Great to see Quentin Moore do that well. And we're down to 2 cars to go now. This is Vincent Allen now in the Katnick's engineering car. None of these Katnick's cars have been... I mean, Kiterman was okay. But Vincent Allen is the leader of the Katnick's organization this year as he comes out of the pits here in the 14 car.
Cody, you're one of the. Let's say you were in his position. What's the best strategy as we go out late here?
I would definitely be trying to stay warmed up because it's been a long qualifying session.
He
So
was actually really fast there.
That's
Vincent
pretty good,
Allen
though.
was. Vincent
He
Allen's,
might be around.
Vincent Allen's fast. Holy smokes, he's...
This might be
Are we going
207.
to see 207? Yes, we are. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this could be a pole run. Oh my goodness, this is
This
a
is
quick
better
run.
than his teammates, definitely.
This is a quick run for Vincent Allen here. Where did they get all this speed from out of the Katnick's brigade?
Oh, he lost a little bit.
He
though,
lost a
on center.
little bit, but not too much.
He
Off the
pushed
corner.
up. It's gonna be
I don't
close.
think it's going to be the pole, but it's going to be
Nope.
quick. It's going to be 192.406 for Vincent Allen. That's a good time. And we got 1 car to go, that being our very own Aiden Shepard. Aiden Shepard now comes out of the pits, the last car to qualify for this race. We know Silverspeed's been quick. Man, a while ago. I mean, for us, it's been almost, it's been 5 hours just now that we've been doing this. We never thought we'd see the end of Aiden Shepard today, did we?
Yeah, man.
Vince?
I grew a beard already this time, but here we go.
I'm going to need to
Know what,
shave
White?
myself. Ooh, this is quick. So far.
Cody, what are you thinking here, man? Pole run?
looks like it.
This
I don't know.
could
I haven't
be a
been here
pole
all,
run.
so you guys have to tell me.
This is looking good. Coming
Oh my
from the line.
gosh. 200 down at the start-finish line.
205, 206.
208, 209!
This might be the pole run.
I think we're... Oh my gosh, this is fast. Oh dear.
Can he hold in 3 and 4? That's
I mean,
the
he was
key.
2 mile an hour faster than every other car.
He lost a little bit, though.
Lost a bit, but...
I think this is going to be
my
right on top
goodness,
of
this
Nick.
could be it. The last car out might get the pole.
Does he
and
sniff
what
in
is
the
it?
field?
193.705.
That's pole. That's pole.
Is it pole?
Yeah.
By a whole mile an hour.
That's your snooker right there of the year.
Oh my goodness.
The viewers are going to put on a show.
That time. I don't know what Aiden Shepard did there, but we're going to have to take a look at the final finishing results, or qualifying results here for day 1.
Let's get a little on board with Aiden Shepard.
And-
Hey, let's dial
We're
him
not
in.
taking that time, obviously, but he went out there again and did a 194. Now, we're not going to do an onboard here because we got to hurry up this broadcast here, but let's take a look at the full finishing results. And Aiden Shepard, our pole sitter for the American 700 so far, we don't think that anyone's going to beat that time at a 193. This 70 something. What was it again?
02.
702. We don't think anybody's going to beat that time, I don't believe. So Aiden Shepard has joined us here. You're on provisional pole here. How are you feeling after that run?
It wasn't bad. I thought we were pretty fast.
You got it
It
by almost
seemed
a
like
full
that.
mile an hour.
I mean, our car was shaking at 209. I'm surprised it didn't break, especially with the silver speed background. I've ran silver speeds before once in the New Hampshire race in season 22. Never have I ever done that again. It's pretty fun to race that car. I don't know how much funding they put into that car, but it was fast.
All right, so here are the order right now, and everybody listed in red will automatically probably have to go to bump day because they are below 40th. So Aiden Shepard is your pole sitter right now. Now, granted, that could go away at bump day, but I don't know if anyone's going to top that. Nick Pericles, Raymond Fisher, Daniel Bouchard, Jesse Turner. Why is somebody's thing over there? Chase Dunbar, or Mitch Hobbs, Chase Dunbar is in 7th. Erik Monaco 8th, Vincent Allen 9th, DJ Curtis 10th, Kenny Myatt 11th, Ryan Griffin 12th, 13th to Jack Halleck, 14th to Rowe, 15th to Moore, 16th to Freeze, 17th to Tauger, 18th to Fordale, 19th to Hart, 20th to Lamas, 21st to Presto, 22nd to Calvin, 23rd to Blake, 24th to Randolph, 25th to Jones. And now you're going to start getting into the area where some cars might have to requalify. Sean Ard in 26th, Christian Vanderpesch 27th, Maddie Wyatt 28th, Ethan Moore 29th, Max Anderson 30th, Dilhan Ibrahimin, I'm probably messed that up again, 31st.
Ibrahimiu.
Dylan Young 32nd, Leon Campagna 33rd, Zayden Davidson 34th, Dale Cole Jr. 35th, Zachary Fitzwater 36th, Rich Roy 37th, Kiterman 38th. And who's going to be the bump car here? It's going to be actually Benoit Lothaire Irvine, Averill Mead at 39th. And the time was actually... Oh, it was actually the two cars tied. We're the bump cars. Oh, no. The two people that tied their times, Benoit Lothaire Irvine and Takumi Hirano. How ironic is that? Well, it goes to Lothaire Irvine because that's the full-time car right now. Per se. However, I'm guessing they're all going to go in through bump day again. So, Hameed down there as well. Oskin down there. Berkman down there. Bolton down there. Angel and Gray. Austin Rogers is going to have to go again. Tylus McAllister. Connor Monaco. Gretchen Faust. Sakamoto Masashi. Austin Silverspoon. Zolt Dormitory. Sean Perkins. That's kind of surprising seeing Perkins that far down there. Ivan Brazenkoff, Mike Silverspoon, Samuel Pereira, Evan Byrne, and Ty Silverspoon with his 184.78. So the way this is going to work tomorrow is any driver, these cars down here will all automatically be entered in bump day, and anybody 40th on up can be on the list as well to get their time deleted. We're going to keep the times there for now because we're going to go up in order of all the red cars to see who... so Ty Silverspoon will be the first car out. Any final comments, anyone?
What a session, man. Almost 6 hours, and here we are. We never thought we'd see the end in sight. And it was drama-filled throughout, and we got the last snooker.
The last
Aiden
car
Shepard.
snookered everybody there, and I don't think anyone's touching that time. Aiden, got anything?
I'm pretty fast.
Cody?
And Cody, you got anything?
Not too thrilled. Looks like we gotta pass a lot of cars like always.
All right. With that being said, we're signing off for now. Have a great day.